Imagine a world without bees. Your kids have never tasted honey, and they don't know the fear of being stung. In a few short years, this could be our reality. With only 1/3 of our food being produced with no help from bees, many of the things we enjoy today could cease to exist.
So this is honey. Or, I mean, this is sugar here.
Oh, okay.
It's hardened up sugar. It's just granulated sugar that's dampened a little bit and then dried out, so it gets hard like a rock. And it's just here for the bees to survive on. There aren't very many bees in this hive.
Okay.
But you can see here that the bees are coming up right now. They're all clustered up down here in the frames, and now that it's warm and they have some light, they're coming up. This is a protein substitute for pollen.
Oh, okay.
So I provide sugar, which is carbohydrate, and this stuff. I'll get rid of this one, that's old and dry. And this stuff for pollen, so they have everything they need. These bees there aren't very many bees here, so and it's still, we're still really in winter. So whether these bees survive the rest of the winter or not is a question, but it looks like they probably will. They got this far.
Yeah. Beekeepers like Michael Jarris in the Outback Farm pay close attention to their bees and make sure they have enough food for the winter. Because their honey storage is often not enough, beehives are set up with sugary substitutes to give them enough energy to vibrate their bodies and stay warm. The 6 hives in the Outback Farm have 15,000 bees each, down from the 50,000 they maintain in the warmer months. Yearly a new queen is born, and when the sun comes out in mid-April, the bees leave their hives and begin making honey for themselves and others.
There are all kinds of little finesse things that you take advantage of based on the bees' biology and their reproductive cycle. And I tend to probably, more than most people, be extremely picky and meticulous, and the proof is in the details as usual, and so I tend to have more hives surviving than most people do around here. I have the time to do it, and that's what it really takes. So.
Michael and other beekeepers in the area are fighting the global hive decline by paying close attention to their hives and educating others about things they could do to help. The bees in the Outback act as teachers themselves and are bred to be more docile than most. Bees have been a budding project in the Outback for several decades, but it took Michael's expertise to get the hives producing honey and pollinating the farm.
Since the 70s, early 70s, when the Outback started, there had been many attempts to keep bees here, but none of them lasted very long, largely because students just don't have the time to devote to it. Don't really, not that they're not thinking, about better pollination and that their hearts aren't in the right place, but it just takes a lot of work. Students don't have the time. And they had tried and failed, and there were a bunch of dead hives around the area in pretty bad places for beehives to be. One of the tricks of keeping bees alive is siting them in a place where they get good sun coverage, they're protected from wind, and some other things. And lots of bees there. Oh, good. So this is more like what I would expect.
Yeah.
Where they've eaten away all this sugar here. There used to be just a little hole in the center. So
Yeah.
this hive is the most active so far.
Oh, wow.
And they've
Okay.
eaten up most of their protein supplement.
Yeah.
And so it won't be long before there's I think to start out there was 8 pounds of sugar here.
Oh, wow.
So this is a good sign.
A quote attributed to Albert Einstein says, "If the bee disappeared off the surface of the globe, then man would only have 4 years of life left." The honey these bees make contains pollen from local plants and can be used to build up an immunity to local allergens. It also works well as a moisturizer and as a sustainable way to keep our land green and healthy. Although we can't all be beekeepers, we can support their efforts by buying local honey and planting flowers as much as possible. With just a little bit of love, it will all be okay.